Alright, ask away.
Channel switch.
Alright, ask away.
Well, so far in your time with the Ranger Corps, how do you feel about it?
It's been one hell of a journey, that's for sure. I remember when I first joined, I sure as hell didn't think that I'd be as good at navigating as I feel I am today. I knew I'd be helping folk, but, well, even then, I don't think I realized how difficult it is sometimes to help certain folks. Because, I mean, I don't know if y'all knew this, but, at a certain point, there was a woman who had attacked Atticus with a machete. And I found that woman in tall trees, and she'd been attacked by a bear. I'd be lying if I said the thought hadn't crossed my mind of shirking my duties and, you know, leaving her to her fate. But, somehow I found a way to rise above that and to help her still. So, in that sense, there's been a few instances in which there have been things that I did not think I would be capable of, that I found myself having the strength to, or the courage to, just thanks to being a part of the Ranger Corps, and knowing who all I'd be letting down if I let those things get the better of me.
Away for.
So I'd say it's been a learning journey with a lot of growth.
Mm-hmm. So not just as a ranger, as a person as well, you've grown.
I feel like I have, but I reckon other folk might have a better view of that than myself. I mean, obviously, I live in this body, I live in this mind, and so even if it changes, that's just how it naturally does. So I might not immediately notice just how much or in what ways I've changed, but I know that I am certainly different from the Pat Riley who first became a Ranger recruit.
And your word that you picked as a ranger, balance. Would you say that has helped you here?
I'd say it has taken me a long time to achieve something that I would call balance. But I suppose there's many types of balance, and I've been slowly finding it in each of the facets that I think are important, not only to being a ranger, but being myself.
As we spoke on the porch, you are balancing your time on duty and off duty as well?
I am. I used to be very, very bad at that. I think Allegra can attest to that. I'd be on duty for hours, and I would just do it again the next day and the next, with little regard for personal time or anything like that. But as I've spent more time and as I've experienced personal loss and seen others go through theirs, I think I reached a point about a week ago where I realized that when people asked me who I was, the only thing I could answer was, well, I'm Ranger Pat Riley. And that tells you what I do, tells you what I might be capable of, but doesn't tell you a hell of a lot of who I am as a person. So I decided that maybe it'd be beneficial to spend some time not on the clock, just being myself and trying to figure out what exactly that means so that I might convey it to those who might become friends, or even family in the future.
We brought you out here to the Mother Tree because this is the perfect example in the crossing of your ranger word, balance. That in order for things to work in this world, there has to be balance. If there's too much of one thing, there's not enough of another. And with that, we've watched you as a ranger and a recruit grow, just like the Mother Tree here. There was a little bit of some unfinished business of someone we all hold dear to our heart. And they wanted to see us through. The game wardens and the seniors have made a decision. And we would like you, Pat Riley, if you want, don't feel pressured, not as just a ranger with the Ranger Corps, but we'd like you to grow more as a senior ranger, should you take the position.
Well, as I've found that during my time as a ranger, I've found no small amount of joy and drive and purpose in doing my work. And as I've come to see most of the Ranger Corps as an addition to my family, one would be hard-pressed to see me decline that offer. Something that I've expressed to Pugsley that at some point I would very much like to be a senior ranger, but at the time I wasn't sure if I'd be ready, and I expressed that to him as well. But I kept working on it. I kept developing skills and trying to find a way in which I might fit that role. And part of my criteria was that seniors and game wardens ought to be the ones who either do or do not believe that I would be fit for that position. Another part of it would be, of course, that I would feel ready to do so. But I think we find ourselves in that particular crossroads where both of those things align. So yes, I'd gladly accept and thank you.
As we are in front of the mother tree that gave its life and its energy to the valley, I would like you to take an oath. Do you swear to protect the flora around us and the fauna we need it?
I swear it.
Do you swear to uphold the rules and regulations of the Ranger Corps as you walk the path of a ranger?
I swear.
You swear to lead with kindness, expertise, from a place of love and encouragement.
I swear.
Do you swear to keep the quality of training, to uphold it with your own example?
I swear it.
And just like the fire here, which is burning with intensity, do you swear to be the lighthouse weathering the storm, to guide the lost souls ashore?
I swear.
And that's Riley. It is my honor to welcome you, in the name of every current active ranger, into the fold of the leadership team and a protector of Saints Crossing and leader of rangers.
Thank you. I very much appreciate it.
Congratulations, Senior Ranger Pat Riley.
That's gonna take some getting used to.
Trust me. It'll take a while. I still address myself as Senior Ranger sometimes.
Yeah, I can hardly blame you. I don't know. To me, at least, it feels like after having addressed myself as Ranger Pat Riley for quite a while, introducing myself as anything new or different is well, it feels unfamiliar, and it's gonna take some adjustment. But I suppose I've adjusted to much more difficult things, so all it'll take is a bit of time.
I think you'll do well. You've been an excellent ranger.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, thank you both.
There is still one gift that I want to give you. And that is just because you will surpass yourself and you will take new routes, soar new heights as a senior. This is a booklet with all the information that will guide you through a senior.
I'll take good care of it, and I'll read it cover to cover, you can be sure.
Oh,
You can tell if I had something in my ears, you know one was talking.
Yeah, well, that headache might have had something to do with that.
aren't those headaches always inconveniently timed?
They're always at the worst possible time. Or, you know, when your ears get clogged up with dust and stuff, also always at the most inconvenient time.
What do you have, oregano on them?
Not on me, no.
No, unfortunately. And of course, you would find yourself without oregano in the only place for a good couple minutes around that doesn't have it.
There's one tiny little bush in the back of Pronghorn.
I don't count that. I tend to leave that one alone. I know that some folk in Pronghorn like to grab it.
You gotta fight the grizzly for it, so.
I mean, I'll gladly fight that grizzly any day of the week, but I'm not gonna go out of my way to do it for a sprig of oregano.
No.
Lucy, do you remember what people usually bring a dead animal as like a gift to the tree?
Yes.
I do that quite often, actually. Whenever I've done like a wolf patrol around the strawberry area, if I have some carcasses with me, I'll always leave one fully intact that I bring here and offer to the mother tree. Because that's her land, so that's her life to take.
Balance.
Mm-hmm. Similarly, like, I think, what was it, 5 or 6 days ago now, I'd found a dead eagle just out in the middle of the field. I don't know if somebody ran it over or shot it and just left it behind or something, but I grabbed it, brought it here, and I don't know how to describe it, but I guess I asked the mother tree to take that soul and guide it and use the memories of its eyes to see the land around herself. If she could. Because, I mean, If there is a more beautiful sight than seeing this whole place from the sky, I've yet to find it. And if that can make the spirit of the mother tree feel like her sacrifice was worth it, then I hope that's what it achieves.
Well, I agree. Your feet getting warm by the fire there. It's only your suction.
It's really cozy.
You look very comfortable. Like, very, very comfortable. All of your clothes are just comfy as all heck.
Oh, yeah. This is my pajama.
That would make a lot of sense.
That still water tip was really easy. Found him in like under 20 minutes. And most of that was just me getting there.
Well, yep. Not a
They
lot
were
of
just sitting on a
places.
bridge. Some fella had actually already like was just like standing over her, just couldn't pick her up.
Oh. Yeah, I've encountered that a few times too. People try as they might, but they just can't seem to extend their hand that way.
That was like our. Well,
Oh god.
our Dakota River tip yesterday was just. I couldn't seem to help anybody up. I was glad that Sal and Palace were there with me.
Yeah.
It was two individuals that had fallen. A third somehow made it out unscathed, but he couldn't help them. Sal and Palace put them on the back of their horse to take them to Valentine, and I was like, okay, I'll catch up with y'all after I take a quick nap. I watched them leave. I took my nap. When I woke back up, one of the guys that we had put on the back of a horse was still laying at my feet.
Oh god.
And then somehow miraculously got up without help.
Whoa. That is something.
It was strange.
Yeah.
Yeah. I chalked it up to being your Valentine.
Yeah, maybe.
But I ended up taking him to Valentine so he could be with his friends. And then Sal and Alice and I just left. We're like, we're done.
Yeah, I'd say that's fair. When you start seeing that kind of stuff, it's yeah, time for a break. There was one tip earlier, Dakota River, 2 people. One was found by deputies. The person on the deputy's horse swore inside and out that there was still another person to be found just slightly downriver. There is no way. We checked every nook and cranny, every rock, every bush, whatever, what have you, around that river, and we found no second person. We even went as far as to have have one or two of us try to, find where they might have floated to by floating ourselves down the river. And even then, as far as it carried us, we did not find that person. But then again, we were at that for like an hour, and we came back and there wasn't a second tip, so it's very likely that somebody was along very shortly after the deputy to pick up the second person that we then didn't find coming back later.
Mm-hmm.
But we got to do science. That's a good thing, right?
Experimentation.
Yep, exactly. We now know for future reference just how far someone might float downriver.
And not us trying to find that out the day before.
No, of course not.
Talking about with their canoe trip.
Yes.
Oh,
That was great.
I reckon you didn't quite escape unscathed.
It's all Zeke's fault.
I'm happy you have a
A lot
finger
of
to
us-
point.
A lot of us got hurt multiple times, and then it's all Zeke's fault.
Uh-huh.
Yep. We shall blame Zeke.
All right. Well, should I let Zeke know, or is he already aware?
He's already aware. He wore his suit of armor on this canoe trip.
Oh my. Yeah. Wait, did he sit at the front too, where he might, tip the whole thing?
Well, at first he had his own canoe, and then eventually he no longer had his own canoe.
Right. Okay.
I think Allegra knocked herself out a couple times, like hitting her head against the armor.
Oh God. Yeah.
Then I got knocked out because I smashed my face into the canoe going off of the Cumberland Falls.
Everybody gets knocked out taking a canoe down the Cumberland.
I think a rowboat's honestly best. I think a rowboat's your best bet.
Yeah.
Because I
I
went
like
down on a rowboat and was fine.
Yeah, but if you take
Moose.
a canoe, there's just not enough room to.
Oh, moose. It's an antlered moose.
Ooh.
Us.
Where you
Let 'em
going?
go. Oh, that's a big one too. That's a strong animal. Yeah, it's good to see him strong and healthy like that. Yeah, it's a pretty thick fog rolling in.
Wolf is going to start smelling here soon.
Hmm.
No.
What?
What'd you say?
I said that wolf is going to start smelling here soon.
Yeah.
I didn't hear the wolf part. I heard snow. I was like, wait, what?
No, you might have cut out a couple of vowels, couple of letters there.
It's a bit early for the snow here.
That's what I was thinking.
Just a little bit.
Because I heard Pat say something about the fog, and then it sounded like Ella starts talking about snow.
Yeah, I could see how that'd be confusing.
I can't. Lucy, you didn't hit your head when you fell yesterday, did you?
I might have. I did also donate blood last night, so.
Oh, yeah, that'll get you out of it, but not for this long.
Pat, how's your project coming?
Pretty good. I finished up the Lemoyne Tower portion of it. find the most efficient route to the surrounding regions from there. So next up will either be Emerald Tower or Amberino, but I'll probably do Amberino so I can get rid of Northern Roanoke. Because, I mean, there's two routes I can think of top of my head that would be the quickest route from Amberino Tower to Northern Roanoke. And there's just so many cougars in Roanoke.
Mhm.
Not that I can't handle them, but they always scream at me before I get them, and I don't like that.
Is that another one?
What, another moose?
Apparently.
Yep.
It's another freaking moose. This one don't have antlers though.
It's a female.
So it is. Well, I could think of worse things to see.
Quick, in the last 20 minutes, how's it feel to be a senior ranger?
It's new. But aside from being new, I suppose, on the one hand, I'm just happy that I was able to grow to this point. On the other hand, just thinking of all of the future things that I might be able to do within that role, so...
I will let you know that kind of short on funds, so you probably won't be getting a pay raise. Just kidding, maybe.
I mean, even if you weren't, I wouldn't mind too much.
What is it for seniors? 12.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm never too worried about money. I spend a lot of my off-duty hours fishing, so...
Oh, if you don't care about your money, can I have it?
Why are you short?
I'm always short of money.
I don't know how you do it.
I have a terrible habit of buying guns. Speaking of, I want another Litchfield.
Yeah, I don't have that habit at all. I have two guns.
It's either
and
guns or horses.
not. Once I got Orpheus, that was my one working horse, and my Criollo's my leisure horse, so to speak. I don't think I need any more horses. Unless one of them comes to pass, but I hope that's not for a long time yet. Quite fond of my animals.
Well, I have a Litchfield, but it's one that Lucy bought me, so I don't want it to be taken again. And
Right.
also, I just want to I wanna, yeah, again, it's been taken off me twice. Also, I would just want to get a rifle that has game warden on it. All my guns just have ranger or senior ranger.
Hmm. Well, uh, for me personally, the two guns that I carry around, I've named them, but I don't like put my title or anything on it. It's like getting a horse or a pet. Like I give them a name, but I don't
Does say,
attach myself to their name.
does say game warden on it?
No, I got this one like 2
Watch
days
where you're
before.
pointing that thing. Daggone.
Well, you wanted to see it up close, though, didn't you?
Yeah.
So, we'll shoot by one good eye out.
I got this one 2 days before I got promoted to game warden, so it says Senior Ranger Lucille White on it.
I am a weapons connoisseur. I like buying weapons and then customizing them.
Fair enough. Well, even with that, like, whenever I see the price of customizing something to a high degree, I think to myself, well, that's money I could spend somewhere else, honestly. Besides, you know, after I put a bit of color on my bolt action and had a handle engraving on my navy, I figured that was fine enough.
The bad thing with having Ellis's problem of wanting to customize guns all the time or buy new horses, then you have a $425 rent per week.
Oh, yeah, that's a rough one. I could see how that might be difficult to balance out.
It's a red do.
Tomorrow, I think.
Oh, Lord.
Uh,
Think you can make it?
And we'll just knock out some range stores.
Alright.
Although there's quite a few people over at Pronghorn right now who are probably scalping the board, so.
probably.
Well, maybe.
Like,
No, there
there's
was like 2 or 3 of them up at the board when I came over here.
Oh. Well, yep.
Pronghorn occasionally posts a new job that pays $250.
Dang.
So if you can catch that twice, then you've got rent for the week.
That's true. Although, you're probably more likely to catch something around that number either at McFarland's or I don't know, one of those ranches close to Valentine.
Varwin sucks for range tours. The best place to do range tours is Downs Ranch. You can't convince me otherwise.
I've given up on trying to convince people of anything, really.
It is hidden in the trees. Nobody comes by there. And everything is a short walking distance. You don't have to walk across the whole entire property. Like a huge property like McFarland's or Pronghorn or Kerrigan's. Just a
Emerald.
quick little rock or walk.
Well, yeah, I'm not saying you should work at McFarland's proper, but, you know, the surrounding ranches post jobs on their board.
Mm-hmm. McLean's actually isn't that bad either. Who wants to go to Emerald to get that?
Actually, yeah, that's a thing. I don't think I've even checked the Emerald board in 4 months.
Emerald is probably the most unsafe ranch to do chores at.
I mean, yeah, between the bull, the gangs, and the people racing through there like idiots, yeah, I'd say you're right.
Yeah, hardly anybody goes to Downs, and I would say even less people go to McLean's, honestly. McLean's isn't, like, huge, it's just kind of set up strange.
Ah, fair. Yeah, I don't think I've
It's a
done
lot
too
of,
many
like,
jobs.
having to walk around things instead of, like, just, walking straight to somewhere. Just, like, yeah.
Yeah, I catch your meaning. fences in places that no sane person would
Mhm.
put a fence, that kind of thing.
Well, yeah, then you got like just wagons in the middle of like detached wagons in the middle of the property. Gates on the other side of the direction that you need to go.
Yeah, just everything to make sure that you
Just the
stay
worst.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just everything's in the most inconvenient spot of McMahon's. I mean, it's still like a shorter walk, like trying to, I don't know, stack hay at Kerrigan's or Pronghorn or something like that. It's still a shorter walk. It's just everything's just in the most inconvenient spot.
Yeah. Well, you know, uh, I guess some folk just like to see people take a long way around or something.
Whenever you get uh, access to the senior paperwork and stuff, I do have dates down for a senior meeting sometime next weekend. You just have to put your name down on any date and time that works for you.
Alrighty.
You'll basically just choose whatever has the most names on it.
Sounds simple enough. I've seen in the paper there's a couple of new recruits that came in. Always exciting to see.
Mhm.
Haven't
Ever
met.
growing.
Hmm?
Ever growing.
Yeah.
I honestly would say we get about maybe 5 a week, it feels like.
I mean,
Somewhere
honestly,
between 3 to 5 a week, if not a little bit more.
the amount of people that, have signed up to be recruits with us and have gone on to get their green, even those that have left us, I think they have to be the highest numbers that the Corps has seen in a good while.
Ever. This is the most people we've ever had in the Rangers.
Well, guess we must be doing something right.
You gotta remember the Rangers were built by people. It wasn't like a state organization to begin with.
No, I
So
know.
there's very few. Whenever I first became a Ranger, it was completely normal that I was the only person on duty for like 3 hours. And
Hmm.
my hours were usually like starting at 5 p.m. Eastern Stars, so you would think that'd be where some of the most people would be around, but we had so little Rangers that I was the only one.
Hmm. Well, and then I suppose for the longest time, y'all didn't really have a tip line or a clipboard or anything like that, so...
Yeah, whenever I was we had a tip line, but it was very vague.
Okay, yeah.
It would just say, New Hanover, or just
Gotcha.
Heartlands.
Yeah, so they hadn't really done too much border testing at the time yet. Or,
Locals were dumb.
locals
Yeah,
were dumb.
locals
They didn't
just...
know how to define stuff, yeah. That's also fair. Now they are pretty damn specific, which, good on them. Thank you guys for learning that, locals. I appreciate y'all. Y'all make our jobs a lot easier nowadays. Although sometimes they say near water, and there's no water for like a good amount of steps around.
Yeah, I've never known what 30 meters really is.
I think 30
I'm
meters is a
not
very
that,
arbitrary number.
I'm not that well educated to know what 30 meters are, so I'm just like, it's somewhere around water.
Well, I know what 30 meters is meant to look like, and it is not always 30 meters when they call it in as such.
They do even count fountains as water.
Yep. Craziest thing I've ever had was, because you remember I told you, Allegra, about the one time I went to Caligo Hall to find somebody near water, and I checked all the buckets too?
Yep.
Yep. Well, that was because sometime before that, I'd actually found somebody who was clocked as near water, and they were near a bucket. They had fallen off a roof. So, I figured, you know, if they do it once, they'll probably do it again.
Somebody found out recently that if a tip comes in for the part of Saint Denis that O'Doyle's is in, the apartment hotel there, that comes if they're on that roof or anywhere near that hotel, if they've been sleepwalking, that comes up as water, near water, because of the fountain.
Yep, same thing happens at the barbers in Saint Denis. They fall in that inner courtyard, same thing, near water.
What in the world?
I guess, you know, the Saint Denisians like to be extremely thorough in their reporting, and they will take any
I
body
would
of
say-
water.
Right, I would say, like, I don't like that, but also that just makes it... doesn't quite make sense. But I'll take it if it makes Saint Denis tips easier.
I mean, I'd say it doesn't really, because if you get a tip that says East Saint Denis near water, first place you're gonna look is probably along the coast and at the docks.
Mm-hmm.
But they could be pretty much in the dead center of East Saint Denis near a frickin' fountain. So, yeah, I'd say in that regard, doesn't make the job easy. More interesting, for sure, but not easier.
Alright. Yo, for heading back, gotta do paperwork on this so we can get you your pay increase and get the paperwork and things.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
I'm ready. Congrats again, Pat.
Well, thank you kindly.
Well deserved.
Go up this way.
Rider Saint. Right, hurt. Rider Saint. Rider sync.
Soon. I'm going to buy a couple more candles.
Alright.
Slowing it down.
Slowing down for town.
Yeah.
Thank you, buddy.
Howdy.
Howdy. And that's it, y'all. Senior Ranger Pat Riley, what did it? Thank you all for watching. Until next time, take very good care of yourselves. If you have anything to spare after that, take care of those around you. Love you, bye.